All right? And so, if we write, for example, this word, individual, individual, that's how it be read in the...
Individual.
The reader is not good, but look at the phonetic representation. It's individual, individual. The reader did not do, is a human being, of course. It's not a perfect angel. So this, look at the phonetic representation. Let's go to the Oxford now, and see, that's where there is individual. But Cambridge is individual. And so here we go. Look at that. Oxford.
Individual.
Dual. There it was individual. Let's get another one. Associate and associate.
A.
Okay. Let's get this one.
Associate.
Have you heard that? This is the Oxford University. And so they say...
Associate.
Let's go to the Cambridge then. And listen to this one now. There we go. This is Cambridge.
Associate.
Associate. Associate. There is no associate, no, associate. That's how it is done. That's how it is pronounced in the when you are at the if you are a Cambridge trained person, you will call it associate. If you're in Oxford, associate. The same thing when you say education, that's Cambridge accent. Education, that's Oxford pronunciation. So here we go. I don't like the reader who did this, really, because the
education.
Good. Edu. Here, listen to this one again. Sorry for that.
Education.
Education. Education. Now let's go to the Oxford. There is not edu, it's edu. Now get this one. It's not edu, it's edu. Oxford. Oxford.
Education.
Have you heard that one? Education. Jew. That's how it is done. So educated and educated, it depends where you are. And so, if rain is about to fall, it means that the clouds are, this word, we will pronounce it as saturated in the what? Cambridge, but saturated in the Oxford. There we go.
Saturated.
Saturated. Saturated. Now let's write the same word. I hope this time the reader will not disappoint us. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I should give you the sound. Listen carefully. We are from Satu. Now listen to this one.
Saturated.
Saturate. This is sat-you-rated. Look at the goodness of Cambridge is that they break down even the pronunciation, the phonetic symbols into syllabic parts, phonetic syllables. Saturated to help us read properly. You see, this is the Cambridge, saturated. So this is how the English language operates. And our last part now will be titled Greek, reading Greek and Latin suffixes. English, the way we speak it today, is not the language of the people inhabiting those islands in the UK, in the United Kingdom. 50% of the English words come from Latin, 20% from French, because of their history. You see, the Romans ruled that area for over 1,000 years, the First Reich. And then came the French in 1066 with the Norman the Conqueror, William the Conqueror, who was a French-speaking person. He also ruled the so-called England for 300 years. So 50% of the words in English, the English we speak today, come from Latin, 20% from French, 13% from Greek, and of course any other language, including Arabic, has learned English, a lot of words. The word algebra comes from the Arabic, and many others. So, because of that, we have to be familiar with the pronunciations of these words. When you borrow a word into a language, two things can happen. You keep its grammar and its original sound, or you anglicize it. So I want to say this concerning the Greek suffixes, the Greek and the Latin suffixes. You see, when you pronounce them with the Greek pronunciation, you will get the correct meaning as well. For example, when I say oasis, oasis is one. That's the sound, oasis. Let me give you the sound. Oasis. That's one.
Oasis.
Have you heard that? Even the Americans will say the same.
Oasis.
It's still cis. Now, what is the plural of oasis? We are going to change that I into E. And when we do that, the sound becomes Z. So this is now oasis. Get this one. Oh, it's already there. But there's no sound. Okay, we shall go to the Oxford, which is more detailed. It will give us the sound, definitely. Oxford will give us the sound. Let's just write the plural. That's oasis is plural. Let's see if you can get it.
Oasis.
Okay. How about the plural? This is the plural here, it's written. Now listen to the sound.
Oases.
And even the Americans, the plural is?
Oases.
That's correct. Now, get this word. When you have problems, one problem is you are in a crisis. Crisis. Can you get that one?
Crisis.
Yes, that's one. When there are many, plural, we will pronounce it as
Crises.
crises. It goes on like that with these Greek suffixes. These are Greek suffixes. So even when you say, this is a house, when there are many, what are they? Are they houses? No, they are not houses. They are houses. And here we go. Oh, first of all, I should give you the first sound.
House.
House. Now, when there are many, look at how ES will give us the sound is. Oh yeah, we should go to that one. Here it is. Listen to the sound British.
Houses.
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 Even when you offer me an accommodation in your house, when it becomes a verb, it's not to house, it's to house somebody as a verb. I don't know what can, yeah, as a verb is here. Have you seen? But that's a verb. This is a noun. Now, I want to see it as a verb. Countable, countable. Where is it as a noun, as a verb? Oh, so many. Too much. Indeed. Still, verb. Okay? This is a verb now. The same word. Now listen to it is, I've been
House.
housed. To house is to offer accommodation to someone. It's how, when it's a verb, it becomes house. So these are the Greek suffixes, how they change, in fact, the sound of words. And so when you go into your laboratory, science laboratory, you are going to do some one analysis. Analysis. But if these are many, more than one, they will be called analyses. And the spelling would be ES as the last letter. Here we go.
Analyze.
Oh, no. Fine. So, when there are many, let's go to the what? No, let's go back to the original analysis. I think that's just there. We shall get the plural.
Analysis.
Okay? The plural is here. Listen to the plural.
Analyses.
That's many, plural. Plural analysis. Even in the States.
Analyses.
So, dear friends, we have also Latin suffixes. When you say formula, it's one. But when there are many, you add an E. That A becomes, and the sound is formulae, not formulae.
Formula.
Okay, that's one. Plural, what's the plural? Listen.
Formulae.
Again.
Formulae.
That's American. Even when you say syllabus, you see, syllabus is one. When there are many, it becomes not syllabi, but syllabi.
Syllabus.
Okay, syllabus. Now get the plural. The plural is there. Listen to this one.
Syllabi.
Yes. And even when you have stadium, it's the same thing. These are Latin suffixes. It's one. Stadium is one. You can put the English plural by adding an S. But if you want to remain with the Latin grammar, it will be stadia as a plural. Have you seen? So,
Stadium.
stadium is one. Plural, this is the plural.
Stadia.
Stadia. That's the plural. So UM becomes A. This is how the language must be, spoken according to the prescriptions of the dictionary compilers, and then will be home and dry, and communication will be very, very, very much music to the ear, rather than, cacophonic type of communication. I thank you for your great attention. More video clips will be forthcoming, inshallah. But before closing, you may as well contact us on the following addresses. And we can continue, you see, the discussions, on the internet or Facebook or whatever, what they call social media nowadays. Okay? These are the contact addresses to communicate with me. Thank you very much for your great attention. I hope you have enjoyed and you have learned something, and I hope those policymakers will also make an effort to really allot more time for the teaching of phonetics in all schools, not least, especially in tertiary education, where they churn out, half-baked graduates who are unable to teach the children the correct information in the classroom. They are stuck. If they are stuck, these children who have paid a lot of money, when will they learn the correct thing? When will they undo those mistakes they've collected from their teachers? So even policymakers really should give it a serious consideration to increase the phonetic teaching time in all schools, really, so that communication, so long as the English language is the official language, we have to do it. If tomorrow Chinese becomes an official language, we will strive to tame it as well. But of course, mistakes will be always with us, no matter how much we try, who we are, how many we are. But the bottom line, the most important is for us to keep on struggling to come close to perfection. It will never happen, but, at least it's a good effort towards improving the quality, the so-called quality education. I thank you most.